Hello and welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Stephanie Rivers. Come on into the conversation. You are watching a multicast. I'm multicasting on several platforms. So you could be watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter, on whatever platform you're watching. We want to welcome you to the conversation. Well, if got caught with her panties around her ankles was a person, Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Wilis is that person. Willis a few days ago admitted that she is or she was sleeping with the lead prosecutor in charge of the Fulton County, Georgia's RICO case against Donald Trump and the 18 other co-defendants. That lead prosecutor's name, he is Nathan Wade. Now, Trump is using this information to claim the Fulton County DA's office colluded against him. So he's using that information to request all charges against him get dismissed, as if there's not a whole audio tape recording of him pressing Georgia election officials to help him cheat his way back into the White House. So, should Willis and Wade step down? Should they move, get out the way of the prosecution? That's the question that's before us tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you will be the first to know. And so that is the question. And I also have a question for you. Do you sleep with coworkers? And if you do, have you ever had any issues with that make you say you'll never do that again? If you are unfamiliar with who Fannie Wilis and Nathan Wade are, let's take a close up of them. Let's see. There we go. That's Fannie Wilis on the left, the Fulton County District Attorney, and that is Wade Nelson Wade. Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade. He is the special prosecutor in the Donald Trump case, the RICO case against Donald Trump and the 18 other co-defendants. So we're talking about their admission that they have an entanglement. Okay, that entanglement was revealed in court transcripts by Nathan Wade's wife, or at least she was his wife at the time, in their divorce court proceedings. They were getting a divorce, so I think they're divorced at this moment. But at the time, Mrs. Wade said that her husband, who she was separated from at the time, and Fannie Wilis have taken romantic trips together using the money that Willis paid to Wade to prosecute Trump and the 18 other co-defendants, or to help build the case. So I was asking you before, do you sleep with coworkers? And have you had any issues with that? Because it's always bound to it. If it goes well, it goes well, but if it ends, then it could end badly. And most things that start have an ending, so you always have to look at the end of the movie at the beginning of the movie to see if this turns out this certain way, what could be the repercussions, consequences, and repercussions of my actions. Do you sleep with coworkers? Okay, so Willis and Wade claimed that he already was separated from his wife when they started swapping bodily fluids, and that the wife is just trying to blow up his spot because she's feeling some kind of way about all of it. Okay, so Willis claims that her romantic relationship with Wade started in 2024, but she hired him as a special prosecutor a whole year before that in 2021. So it wasn't as if she chose him to be the special prosecutor because he was doing something special with her. Okay, so now Nathan Wade's qualifications and both of their integrity has come into question. That's why I say that Black people have to be twice as good as a white person to get a leadership position at work, okay? And they have to be twice as smart to keep that position, especially when they use their authority against white people who think that they are above the law. Because when it comes down to it, they're gonna come back around and try to find all kind of stuff that they can find to say that you never should have been in that spot in to begin with. So Wade, as far as what I've been able to find out, Nathan Wade, of course, he graduated. He went to Texas Southern University, went to Marshall Law School. He has been or is a judge in nearby Marietta, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. He's a partner in a law firm in Cobb County, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. And before that, he was a prosecutor in the Fulton County office for 16 years. But some people claim that that ain't enough. They say that still doesn't qualify him to be special prosecutor of this RICO case. So they say he must have been getting his special prosecutor appointment because of his special relationship with Fannie Wilis. And that's why it's also important to avoid the appearance of impropriety, because impropriety, did I say that right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, though, even if I didn't say it right. Because what people are going to do is they're going to use that to say all kind of come up with all kind of questions as to why you should or shouldn't be in the position that you hold. So if you know anybody who's had a bad experience, they had a bad experience because they slept with somebody at work, let me hear about it. You can even email me about it, and then we can maybe go over this at a later date and have like a forum about it. This doesn't sound good, what's going on between them, and it doesn't look good, what's going on between them. And if that ain't enough, come to find out that Nathan Wade has been paid more than $600,000 over the course of a year's time so far for his work that he's put into the Trump RICO case. Now, that's going to make some people start to count his coins, okay? They're going to start counting his money and saying that, oh, he's getting paid too much, or oh, they cheating the system or something like that. I mean, people, he's a qualified attorney prosecuting a RICO case, okay, of a high caliber um, authority, a high caliber. What am I trying to say? It's going to be well followed. People across the country and the world are looking at this, and so $600,000. I mean, I don't know exactly what attorneys make, but I would say if it was anybody other than these two that in a high caliber type of a case that it is, probably nothing would be thought about what he's making. But they did come up with when they started looking at the billable hours, they said that at some point in his payment, in his invoices, he billed for 24 hours straight, and he was paid for 24 hours straight. And so nobody works 24 hours straight for as much doing what he does. So, that might be an issue. How long how long that he worked and claimed that he was working. But at any rate, if you don't sleep with your coworkers, then this type of stuff won't have any bearing on you because you wouldn't have slept with your coworkers. And that's why I think, and I think the moral of this story is that is, and we know the adages, or what do they call them? The odiums, adage, odium, the lesson. Let's keep it simple. The lesson is that you don't lay where you work, that you don't eat where you sleep, that you keep your money and your honey separated, okay? Because when they intersect, if they intersect, you could lose one or you could lose the other, meaning you could lose your honey or you could lose your money or you might lose both, okay? And then you're ass out and now you're looking for a new job and a new honey, okay? So should Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, should they step down at this point? Both of them have said that they are refusing to step down, and they also have said that there was nothing unethical or illegal in what they did in this situation. And again, she said he didn't get the job. She didn't appoint him as special prosecutor because of they were sleeping together, because they started sleeping together after she appointed him. But I just I would say the pressure is going to be on for her to step down or for him to be replaced at some point. And, now you're in a position. I'm hearing some type of noise. Sorry. I don't know what that was. Now you're in a position where you have to make a decision. And who wants to make that type of a decision? Um, because $600,000 in a year, that's not somewhere where you can just walk away and go get that money per se. I mean, you can start your YouTube channel and build your subscribers and talk about what happened. And then maybe you might make $600,000. You can like have a podcast and invite Cat Williams on and get 50 million views in a month's time and maybe make $600,000. But you could get drafted into professional sports and be an all-time athlete and maybe make $600,000. You see what I'm saying? But the likelihood that you can just go somewhere else and make $600,000 is not likely. So that's why you need to, if you're making that much money, you need to make sure that the appearance of impropriety is zero, okay? And that you have to make sure that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's and taking your notes, because when somebody comes back and wants to know, why did you bill for this and all these hours, you want to be able to say why you bill for that and with all those hours. And so that's really all I got for you, is that you know you just don't want to mix business with pleasure, especially at work, especially when you have so much at stake. Okay, so many eyeballs are on you, and you know that they're going to be scrutinizing everything and looking through all the paperwork. You just want to make sure that they are wasting their time by looking at the paperwork, because you've done nothing wrong. You've all actually done everything right. And so let them look for that. Be able to tear the right apart and not be looking for the wrong. And so that's all I got for you tonight. To find out more about the things that I care about, you can go to the written version of my journal. And you can also follow me on Twitter and IG and threads at TCB Steph. Thanks and have a